Alright guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to Glamorous Acres Farm. Today's video is 11 reasons why I wish I had not gotten ducks. So guys, today's video is for the new person looking to get ducks. I wanted to share with you some of the things that I've gone through, and I feel like you should know before you decide to buy ducks. Firstly, ducks are messy. So they love playing in water. So whatever coop they're in, it's gonna be muddy. It's gonna get messy. So one thing to combat against that is to add stones in your coop. So I will show you guys a video of when we added some lawn fabric, and then we added some stones on top of that. It did cost us about $200 just to get the stones, and we still have some mess, but it's not as much. And I feel like we still need a little more stones, but we'll show you that video, so at least you could see if you're gonna get ducks. That's one thing you could add in your coop to help with the messiness, but they will be messy. Secondly, they need water. So chicken, turkey, they need water, but not as the extent of ducks and geese. Ducks and geese, you need to give them water every day so they could swim. They love it, and it's a beauty to watch them, but that means every day you have to change their water. Also guys, they dirty their water pretty quickly, so every day you have to change it. So make sure you have access to water. We have a well on our property, and we're able to run water to the ducks. So every day we have to give them fresh, clean water, and within minutes that water will be dirty. Space requirement. The third thing is you need to make sure you have enough space. Ducks do need space to move around. So make sure you have enough space. Also, their predator risks. That is one thing that when we first got our ducks, we had a predator come by and decimated our entire flock. They decimated our ducks, our chicken, our geese, our turkey. I had over 30 something animals, and everything, that animal came and killed almost all the animals. Later on, we found 4 chicken that still were alive. We were able to capture one that she's giving us a lot of eggs, but we still had, and we saw like 2 left. Like, although we had seen 4, we caught one. We saw one was missing. Like, we'll see them coming back to the farm. We'll see them on the road coming to our farm. I've been noticing that there's only 2 left. So yeah guys, they are big predator risks, so you gotta make sure that you don't leave them outside for too long. So what we do is we'll let them out if we're outside, and in the night you definitely have to secure them, because something could come, dogs, raccoons, something could come and really hurt your flock. So you gotta make sure that you have a secured place. Not only do you have to secure them, you have to make sure that the coop is very, very secure, because we thought our coop was secure. We had hardware fabric, we had all that stuff, and they still came through the fence. Some animal bit through that fence and still decimated all our animals. So you gotta make sure they're super secure. What we do is we make sure that when we close our door, we put pallets on it, we put wood on it, and we surround our coop with an electric fence, and that has helped. Noisy. The fifth thing you should know about ducks is, guys, they could get very noisy. The minute that our ducks hear that we come to the farm, you could hear them going crazy. So if you have neighbors, that may be an issue for you. It's not an issue for us per se, because we are in an area that has a lot of farms, and we are zoned for animals, so we are fine. But if you are in a residential area, know that ducks could be very noisy. Also, feeding costs. The sixth thing that you should consider is the feeding cost. It could get pricey. So for us, we need to get at least 2 bags of food every week, and we have about 30 ducks. And that's with me rationing the food. If I just leave the food out, they will eat a whole bag in a day. So And a bag of food costs about almost $30, and this is in 2025. It costs about almost $30. So think about every week if you get about $60 worth of food for a year, that adds up. So it gets to be a little costly to have ducks, because guys, unlike chickens will eat a lot less. Ducks, they eat a lot more. Turkey, ooh, that is the most costly. In my opinion, it's a lot more costly to have turkey because they eat a whole lot more. But still, it is kind of costly to feed your ducks. Seasonal challenges. Ducks could struggle in the winter. They may need extra care to prevent their water from freezing. We're in Florida, so we don't have that issue. But if you're in a colder climate, you got to make sure that your water does not freeze. And also, attending to them in the winter could also be a challenge too, because you're gonna have to be outside every day to attend to them, and it's gonna be cold. The 8th thing that you should consider is the egg production. Some ducks will lay less eggs seasonally, so, and also they may decrease in age. Also, another thing you should consider, guys, is if you don't need, like, I don't eat duck eggs, and we have 30 ducks, so it's to the point where we have too many ducks because I don't eat the eggs. So, like, I find people to give away my eggs to, but it's just a lot. They will lay every day. So think about 30 ducks laying every day. 30 ducks, you get 30 eggs a day times 30 days in a month. That adds up. So if you don't have a plan for all those eggs, if you have a lot of ducks, make sure you have a plan for those eggs, because you could have a lot of eggs, especially if you're not selling them. So that's one thing you should consider. So we got 30 eggs because I just thought those ducks were gonna be cute. It's a bird somewhere in the background that's being loud. Yeah, guys, but having a plan for your eggs is also great. I know for us, we're gonna plan to incubate the eggs and then try to sell the ducklings. That's one thing we plan to do. But right now we just have way too many eggs that we could do anything with. So if you're gonna get a lot of ducks, make sure you know what you're gonna do with all the eggs. Now, another thing that you should also note is that ducks are heavy poopers. So their bin is gonna be messy, and it could end up being, if you don't clean it in time, it's gonna be stinky, and it could cause some hygiene issues. So you should know, you should have a plan for that. The 10th thing is that ducks could get a little broody. So if they get broody, then they're not gonna lay eggs. They're gonna stop laying eggs because they want to sit on the eggs. And sometimes they may sit on the eggs and not even sit on it enough to hatch it. So you should consider your breeds. Look for a breed that is very good at sitting on eggs and hatching eggs. This is we have khaki Campbells, we have pecans, we have a few breeds, but just make sure you find a breed that will sit on your eggs and hatch them. If not, you need to get an incubator to deal with that, to be able to get ducklings. And another thing you should consider is the zoning restrictions. So based on where you are, ducks may not be acceptable within your zone. So definitely look into where you live, and if ducks, you could have ducks. Where we are on a farm, and we are zoned to have ducks, so we don't have that issue. But this is something that you should consider before having ducks. All right. So guys, there's a lot of things that you should consider before getting ducks. They could be loud, they could be messy, they could be costly in terms of feeding them. And we don't do as much as we really should for our ducks, but if I really have to get everything I need, it's gonna be very expensive. Also, guys, no matter, ducks do not like to be touched. So they could be so nice and cute, but don't expect them to be all loving and nice and come up to you. Chickens are friendlier. So if you want a friendlier type of bird, chickens and turkeys are friendlier. Ducks are a little bit more standoffish. They don't like to be touched. They will run away. I hand raised my ducks, fed them, and I left for about a few weeks, came back, and those ducks, I come inside the coop and they will run away. So don't expect, yeah guys, so don't expect them to be lovey and dovey if that's what you want for your ducks. If they are not raised right, they will run away from you. Even though I feed them every day, I give them water, they are more of an animal that they don't like to be touched. Our turkeys, they will be up on us. Our chicken, I have one chicken left, and she'll come and she'll follow me around. She'll go down so I could pick her up, not the ducks. However, guys, I love my ducks. My ducks are cute. They're cute to look at. Also, guys, note that depending on the breed of ducks you get, you may have to clip their wings. So we had some Cayuga ducks, not Cayuga, mallards. We have Cayuga ducks, we have mallards. We have about 5 or 6 breeds of ducks, but our mallards, guys, after a few months, when we got them in September, October, November, December, January, 5 months, they were starting to fly. So we had to go in and clip their wings. And we'll have a video so you guys can see how to clip their wings. So just note that depending on the breed that you have to go ahead and clip their wings, otherwise they are gonna fly away. So all that hard work you put in getting those ducks, and once they could fly, they will fly away. So if they're smaller breeds that are able to fly, they will fly away. So be sure to clip their wings. But guys, I'm saying all of this just so you could know what to look, what you are in for when you have ducks. Sometimes also, guys, one of the health things that we've noticed is sometimes the ducks, their feet. I've had a few ducks, like I've had one duck. They came with us with a one eye blind, so that's one thing we had. Out of like the 30-something ducks we had, and another 2, their legs they were not able to walk properly. So we've seen those defects in ducks. But other than that, the rest of the ducks were fine. They were they're a beauty to look at. They're absolutely beautiful to look at. Especially, I love to fill up their pond and just see them swim and just enjoy themselves. So it's fun. It's fun to add to your farm. Absolutely, it's an absolutely fun thing to add to your farm. But just know it's going to be a lot of work. It's a lot of time commitment. Every time we travel, because we travel for business, I have to make sure I have someone to take care of those ducks. I have to pay somebody, and that's another cost that we incur. We have to pay somebody every time to come take a look at, make sure they're fed and have water. So we pretty much can't really go on a vacation with the ducks and the goats unless we have to have someone come take care of them, and that in itself is an additional cost. But if you don't mind and you have the money to do it and you just feel like you want to add them to the farm, absolutely, they're a joy to have around. We love ours. I will show you videos of our ducks, but they're not going to be the friendliest. They're not going to be the lovely, the ones that love on you the most, and they're cute. One thing that I also figured out having ducks and goats, I fell in love with my animals, and then I don't want to eat them. So if you are if you are someone who has a soft heart as I do, and part of your planning was, well, you know, we're gonna have ducks, we're gonna be able to sell them and kill them and sell them, or we're gonna have goats and we're gonna be able to kill them and sell them. Me, I cannot do any of that. But you know, a man, it might be easier if your husband might be able to do that part because they don't get as involved with the animals, so that way they could go ahead and butcher them if that's what you want for your homestead. For us, I love the animals so much that I don't want to butcher them. So I don't know if that's going to be you, but that's something that you should consider as well. But guys, comment below. Let us know if you have ducks. Let us know. Let us know what's going on with your duck. Let's know what you feel. Let me know if what I'm saying is correct. If you felt that same way, just let me know. Comment below. I will respond to all the comments. And please, guys, go ahead and subscribe. Thanks again for watching Glamorous Acres Farms.